Hello, ladies and gentlemen. I am Ulan Gaming, and I want to show off this app that I came across through my Discord. Somebody added me and said, "Hey, check this out. Check this out. I think it deserves some attention." It is somebody on GitHub. I think the site is called named the Vlad. If I'm not mistaken, I'll double check that before the end of this video. Posted an app for he's been working on updating an app for Age of Empires 3. It does work for Definitive Edition, but the description does say it's built for Legacy. And what it allows you to do, it's a replay manager, as you can see. I have it pulled up right now. And so how it works is after you save a recording of a game, and this could be any game, right? Because with Age of Empires, you can save any recording, even if you didn't hit record game, just by going to your last game played and renaming it in the files. I might go over that later. But after you save the recording, you can open that recording up through the replay manager instead of the game. And while you can't actually watch the replay itself, there is a ton of data here. So I, as a test, opened up a game between myself and General Spades on one team versus Kale and Pharaoh, two people from our Discord who we were going up against in the tournament at the time, on the other team. Now, this tells us the name of the game, as well as the freaking password for some reason. Not sure why that was necessary. The map, all of the settings, all of that jazz. It tells you which players were human and which ones were AI. It tells you what team everyone was at. And it also tells you everybody's freaking APM. I was not expecting that one. That one was a shock when I first spotted. I have the second lowest APM in this game, and Spades has the highest. So that was something. Spades has 55 APM. That is like significantly faster than anybody else. Anyways, that's not all the shows though. You can go over to decks. Oh yeah, you can go over to decks and view not only the deck each player used, but every other deck that each player has for their civilization. Look, there's Chase's Spain Logistician deck and his Pirashiki deck. There's so much here. And then it gets even better. Eventually, in addition to being able to see each player's deck and the deck they used, there will also be a build orders tab over here that will show which cards were sent in what order and different things like that, and you can add and subtract various aspects that you want. But then there's more, because you go to the actions tab, and look, I can initially pretty much everything will be checked. But you can see what each player did at any given time. So I could check this just to see the timings for each player sending their shipments, for example. So I can see the first person to send his shipment was was General Spades at 1 minute and 10 seconds into the game, shipping 3 settlers, followed by Kale, and then me right after that. And then Pharaoh sent Distributivism instead of his 3 settlers because, of course, he's India. And then Pharaoh was the second to send his shipment. He had good faith agreements, followed by me at Kalmakek, and so on and so forth. And then if I wanted to, you could add buildings. You can see when people made buildings, and then you could take away shipments, for example. So you can get like not only an active record of the game, right? But if I were to do building, researching tech, and sending shipment, and then I delete everybody but myself, well, then you have an accurate record of everything that I did during this game, essentially. And you can see through this that... and you can basically see my build order through this. If I have building, researching text, and sending shipments, you can basically see step for step the build order I took and at what timestamp exactly throughout the entire game. And that is really cool. Now, it does have this weird bug where the community plaza is listed as the Bedouin horse archer for some reason in the buildings. I'm not sure why that is, but this is in fact the the community plaza. You don't want to put training on. I quickly found that out, because what I found out is that it actually it actually records the training every time you hit the train button, even if nothing trains. So at the very beginning of the game, when I'm collecting my food grade and I'm just spamming the villager button, trying to get my first villager queued, every single time I spam my villager button, it makes a recording. So there's like a billion of these, but. So you don't want to do that. You can take away training, for example, but you could add picking deck or whatever. Yeah, and it's just, you can even add the chat. Add the chat. It's so cool. This is quite the app, and it's still being updated, from what I can tell. And there's still going to be more to come, and I just wanted to shed some light on it. Next is probably a tutorial on how to use it. So, the replay manager opens up replays, but you need to know how to find your save game file and save replays. I'm gonna pull up Age of Empires. Okay, so we have Age of Empires open. Alright. Now, if we go to load, and then go to recorded games, this is all of your recorded games. I know it looks like I have a lot. I actually need to clean this out. But this is all of your recorded games. And there's also custom scenarios and single-player autosave stuff in here. Now, if you click Open Saved Games, this button right here, it will pull up this folder, and it will have every single... this will have, like, pretty much all the data for your game. You never, under any circumstances, want to delete this, because it includes all the data for your home cities and stuff. But you want to find the ones that are, listed as record game down here, right? Now, I have the app, so these have a different logo and they're easier to find. But they're easier to find. But you will have to locate them by name if you don't have this app. The one that's labeled just record game, I think its full name, if you don't have the app and it doesn't take away that little bit at the end, will be recordgame.h3yrec. Is the actual full name. Recordgame.h3yrec, as I like to call it, for record. That is always your most recent game played. So if you play a multiplayer game and you're like, damn, that was a really cool game, but you forgot to hit the record game, you can always come here and view that recorded game. It will always be your most recent game played. However, if you play another game, then it will overwrite this one right here with your newest, most recent game played, and that one will be lost forever. So if you want to save your most recent one, all you have to do is open up the save games file. See, if you want to save after the fact, so you had a great game, you forgot to hit the record game button, you go over here, you open saved games, you find the record game file, that recordgame.h3yrec. You right-click it. Where is it? Show more options. And you're going to want to... Where is it? Rename. You're going to want to rename it, basically. I think maybe I'm unable... Oh, here it is. Okay. So I would rename it as Taco Bell, or whatever the fuck you want. And now it will be permanently saved in your record game folder until you decide to delete it. And you can, as long as you rename it, and when you play a new game, the record game file won't overwrite. It won't overwrite it. It'll just add a new record game to your file. So now using this, what you would do is once you have this app installed, you just click one of those, and it will open up the app and automatically attach the save games folder to the app. So with this, if I go home and I hit open, then it will just automatically open my save game, and I can pull up any recorded game that I would like. Let's try the second to last recording. And yeah, boom, here we go on Manchuria. Wait, which one is the new one? Fuck. Yeah, here we go on Manchuria. It is another game which me and Chase lost against Pharaoh King and Kale. And then you can click more details and enter this thing right here. We see I have a terrible APM here. I'm still not quite used to Spain just yet. Pharaoh, King, and Spades having the highest APM. Spades is really fast APM. We can see our password this time, instead of meat, is beef. I'm sure you guys are starting to get a theme. I might start getting random people trying to enter my games now. This one was called Taco Tuesdays instead of Corbin Harbor's game, and this was in fact recorded on a Tuesday. And then you can do the exact same thing here. I could go to Pharaoh King's Japan decks and check what each and every single one of them is. This app is kind of nuts. So if this is something that you guys want to see more of, I would love to provide updates on this app for you, and I don't think the creator will mind me spreading the word about his app so that more people use it. So please, thank you very much. Please check this app out. Please, if you know who Vlad is, give him props, because this is fantastic. And that's all I got for you today. So thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. Have a great day, and goodbye. Thank you very much for watching, ladies and gentlemen. This was, as ever, a ton of fun to make. If you enjoyed the video, please do consider subscribing. It really helps the channel out, and have a great day.